What's up, y'all? So, I recently got a promotional offer for getting 20,000 MR points for opening a business checking account with American Express. So, I just wanted to show y'all how I can get 20,000 MR points by opening a business checking account and getting some easy money. So let's get to it. So this is a business checking account, and no, you don't need a legitimate business to actually get this card. And by that, I mean you don't need a LLC, an S corp, or anything like that. You can apply as a sole proprietorship, meaning you just represent yourself, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So obviously what I'm coming for is it's got an intro bonus of 20,000 MR points after qualifying activities. We're going to go over that in a second, but I still want to go over some of the other stuff that are pretty important. So you get a 1.1 interest on bounces up to 500,000. I think that's pretty good. You also get no monthly maintenance fees. I think that's awesome. By no means should you ever get any bank account that incurs any fees at all other than your general ones such as domestic outgoing and stuff like that. But in terms of maintenance fees, should not have any. And you get 24/7 support from specialists. I I think that's awesome. Cool. Right. Not really going to be taking care of that. Not really going to be looking at that. And obviously, the welcome offer, what I came here for, which is the 20,000 MR points after you make an eligible deposit of $5,000 within 20 days of opening your first account or this account. And then you also want to maintain that for around 60 days and then make 10 or more transactions within those 60 days. Pretty easy. So what I'm basically going to be doing is just putting the money that I have in my savings account into this bank account and leaving it there obviously for 60 days and making 10 or more transactions within those 60 days, and voila, that's how I get those points. Now it also shows you some other stuff that you can do. You know, if you want to take the time and take a look at it, by all means go for it. A lot of this stuff is very self-explanatory, and you get a couple other stuff, but obviously let's go ahead and apply because I'm trying to get those points. So let's go. Okay, so now we're at the application for the business account or the checking account. So pretty self-explanatory also. You just got to put your information. And I think it's really cool that if you already have an account, you can go ahead and log in and it'll all auto-fill most of the stuff. So I'm probably just going to do that just to link all my cards together, just because it's a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Cool. As you can see, welcome. You've been logged in. You've been successfully logged in. Awesome. I'll just put some other information there just to make it more uniform. Now, this is where the sole proprietorship comes in. Since you are applying as a sole proprietor, you're gonna have to use your social security number in order to get the checking account. And that's about it. Oh, and you put your business email. So let's go ahead and do that. What was my social security number? I forgot. And lastly, all you got to do is just check the box and get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Right, so it's gonna ask you a couple of disclosures. You can take the time and look at them. I already did, so I'm just gonna go ahead and continue with all this. Nice. So it's gonna ask you a couple of other questions like what's your business structure, what industry, annual revenue. Now, if you've already applied for a credit card, you should have already been asked this already. So some of the stuff will be filled out, but if there's some other stuff, just answer it and keep going. Now, obviously, you can't really see on the screen, but there's a drop down menu. It's going to ask you all the different business structures that you want to apply for. So you have sole proprietorship, single member LLC, C corp, S corp, partnership, estate, other types of LLCs. I'm personally going to be doing a sole proprietorship, just representing myself, and it's going to be asking for the industry. I'm just going to be putting, since I also on the side do web dev. I'm gonna go ahead and just try and find it somewhere around here if I can find it. It's probably somewhere in IT. You can put it under what you want. It's all up to you. I'm personally gonna put. I'm gonna keep mine's private, but just put whatever you feel like you are doing. You can. Some people put YouTube. Some people put IT. Others put other stuff. So all up to you. Just gonna go ahead and put mine, and then it's gonna ask you for the purpose of the account. Now you're gonna have you obviously can't see it, but it's got accounts receivable, general operations, payroll, savings, taxes. I'm personally going to put it under general operations because I do plan to use this in the future, not right now. That's going to ask you, does this company do business outside the United States? No. Now, for me, it's probably going to be local as of right now. Actually, right. So now it's also going to ask you for your EIN or employer identification number. Basically, if you don't have one, some people who are sole proprietors who identified as sole proprietors will go ahead and make an EIN with the IRS. You can if you want to. I don't necessarily see the point of it unless you're really going for the LLC and the other big businesses. But if not, just go ahead and put your social security number. That's good enough too. Now, business URL, optional. Don't have one as of right now. Does this company operate under DBA, doing business as? Nope. She's going to ask you for your information. Obviously, I'm going to go with the owner. Date of birth. I'm going to put my date of birth. So lastly, it's just going to ask you to look over some of the last couple of things. It's going to ask you about some W9 stuff. That I like to call it stuff. I don't know what else to call it, but stuff that you should read, and obviously click on whichever one that applies. So obviously you're just gonna check it, and then after that you're gonna click submit, and after that, okay, so I totally forgot to do the button, but I swear I pressed it, so here we are. All right, let's see. Wow. If it's taken really long to process, they probably might ask you some questions. I think it's my first time actually doing this. So all right, so now we're back. I just had to take a selfie and a picture of the front and back of my ID, just for verification purposes. You're most likely gonna have that same thing. Just go ahead and do that, and now just go ahead and click continue. It'll let you. And just like that, you're just gonna have to wait again. And obviously your application is pending. They're gonna take a couple of days to review. You'll definitely get it on email and mail, whether you get it or not. So we'll come back in a couple of days and we'll see if I got it. So yeah. No, this has not been 2 weeks since I've last recorded. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so I just got back my notification on my business checking account, and let's take a look at it.
Hi.
Yes.
Can you hear me better now?
Way better. Okay.
Great. So like I was saying, with your business checking application, we just need to complete additional verification.
A few moments later.
Okay, I have good news. Your business checking application has been approved. So
Awesome.
all right. Awesome. Everything is all set for you. Did you have any questions for me?
No, not at all. Thank you. Anyways, guys, that's honestly it. That's all you need. It's really not that hard. You don't really need a legitimate account, a legitimate business to actually have a business credit card. And as you can tell, it's really not that hard. They're just going to ask you for a little bit of information. Just give them the information, and that's it, to be honest. So I'm also going to put the referral link below if you guys would like to get this card and you want to help me out. And if you guys decide that you want to use a couple of the other stuff here, I have a link to all the other cards that I have, and I have referral offers, and if you want to get them, it would mean a lot if you use a referral offer or the referral link. Other than that, I mean, that's about it, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and start using this card. I was waiting for this card to arrive. It arrived by now, so yeah. Other than that, see you guys.